To moviegoers of a certain age, E.T. means something very specific. The 1982 Steven Spielberg classic and its friendly extraterrestrial. But to many meteorologists, particularly those who study tropical cyclones, E.T. has another meaning: extratropical transition. Tropical cyclone is the generic name for lows that form over warm tropical seas. They get their energy from warm water and the heat released by condensation in thunderstorms that form around their core. When tropical cyclones move out of the tropics into the mid-latitudes, they typically encounter stronger upper air winds, cooler air, and if the system is over the ocean, cooler water below. These factors lead to extratropical transition, ET, the transformation from a storm fueled by warm water and thunderstorms to one driven by upper-level winds and temperature contrasts. ET has been studied extensively in the North Atlantic, North Pacific, and Southern Indian Oceans. Conceptual models of air trajectories around the transitioning storm in both 2 and 3 dimensions, phase diagrams to track the changes in characteristics, and schematics of infrared satellite imagery at each step have been developed. Here's what the process looked like from space for Hurricane Fiona last week as it moved north toward Atlantic Canada, the center making landfall in Nova Scotia on Saturday at a pressure near 931 millibars. That's 27.5 inches of mercury, setting a new record for lowest pressure observed on Canadian soil. This graph shows Fiona's central pressure as it moved north into higher latitudes. Notice that after rising for a bit, the pressure fell to that record-breaking low value before abruptly rising again once the center was over land. Fiona kept such low pressure that far north despite being over colder water, in part because of how it interacted with the mid-latitude jet stream. This was the upper air pattern in the middle of last week. Watch it evolve so that Fiona entered the mid-latitudes just ahead of a dip or trough in the flow. The favorable region for surface lows to strengthen is just to the east of a trough, and Fiona found that sweet spot. Here's how it looked on an upper air chart last Thursday evening. The lines are pressure, around 20,000 feet. The really dark blue here is Fiona. The dip in the lines further north, also blue, is the approaching mid-latitude trough. By Friday morning, Fiona was starting to feel the tug and influence of that trough, and by Friday evening, Fiona had strengthened in that sweet spot ahead of the trough. A few hours after this, it was officially categorized as an extratropical cyclone. Now, of course, all eyes are on Ian. Its extratropical transition will be much more complex than Fiona's. Details on whether it will affect us are next in the extended forecast.